We've been out camping in this and spent 5 days camping in it. So 3 things we love, and we'll go over what we don't like about this unit. Hey, what's up everyone? Shane here with ROA Off-Road, and I'm sitting here with
Cynthia, also with ROA Off-Road.
So today we have a special or a unique video. We wanted to kind of give you our first experience. We took it to Roma Rally.
That's right, it's with the Romers.
Yes, and we wanted to kind of share what our favorite, maybe top 3 favorite. So 3 things we love and and at least 1 thing that we hate. Maybe we'll give you a few.
It's hard to find a lot of them, right? But there's at least always one.
But stay tuned for the end and we'll go over what we don't like about this unit. Okay, so we need to first introduce somebody to you.
Yes, so this is Chico. He is the new member of the ROA family, so you'll see him a lot around. He's such a sweet buddy.
Chico means boy in Spanish, in case you didn't know. Since we both, our number 1 was privacy, we should show the privacy, why we love it so much.
Absolutely.
So come on back. It is a little bit tight for us and a camera person, but it's really not. It's actually quite comfortable. So first off, the beds. Now this does come in 2 different configurations. If you watched our previous full tour, this is completely different. It was a little bit more narrow. They've now made this wider here, and they've also added a nice storage space right here and some drawers. So you can now put your devices here. Behind this cute little plant is a power tower.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So believe it or not, in the desert, I found that I sleep really good with a humidifier. And so I actually put a humidifier here at night and turned it on. And that was amazing. We also had all of our devices, our cell phones. I also had my laptop here. One of the days I was working here, we talked about privacies because I actually slept on this side.
And I took this one.
And she slept on that side. And of course, had my computer. I was working right here. And there was also a football game going on during this time. I think it was a Saturday. This you can move up out of the way.
Oh, these fans are amazing, by the way.
Fans are really cool, actually. But right here, I was just kind of hanging out, watching the game. This is fun because sometimes you do want to kind of have some privacy. We can shut the door and our daughter can be there. Now, I think her and I are more like king size bed type of people.
For sure.
So this was a little bit different for us. We had never slept on 2 singles, separate beds. I really liked it because I would get out of bed at night and not wake you up or just, and I didn't have to scoot.
Yeah, if we have to go to the bathroom, if you just have to step out for a moment, you're not moving around the other person. It's an easy access as well. I love this table. I mean, I love that it was in the middle because we both could reach everything. We had our drinks here.
We were utilizing this space right here too.
I actually made fun of you for bringing the humidifier, but then I loved it. Because I was saying, are you bringing the humidifier? But
I was like, heck yeah. Generally, small trailers actually have issues with humidity, and condensation. So I actually had to turn it off a few times because it got too humid in here. But I definitely used it. I loved it. It was a really
And we had a lot of things plugged in here.
Yeah.
So we use this space a lot.
Now you have little reading lights too right here that you can change different colors. And they kind of move around different ways. They also disconnect and then you can charge them. Love the storage space. This is where I put my work stuff, my computer and everything kind of hung out up here. And it was super comfortable. The king size bed, I'm very conflicted by it because that's always what we've had. Now, if you do a king size option, you actually get some storage space along here with a countertop on both sides. I really like this.
I love these too.
I love sleeping next to you in the bed, but this kind of really was a good experience, I would say.
It was just different.
Yeah. For sure.
So...
I don't know. My grandma and grandpa always had separate beds and I always thought that was weird, but I can see the benefits of it if that's something that you don't mind.
I guess if you are the type of person that are waking up a lot at night and you have to constantly go in and out, this could be a good option.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I will think that if we were going for a different type of bed, my number 1 concern will be you lose this space to, I don't know, to have access to the doors, that maybe, you know what I mean? It's a nice hallway.
Okay, so as we were talking about, the privacy. So you take the bathroom door and you shut that. And now you have just a massive amount of space right here. Yeah, if I'm in the shower, I can get out and
easily access the bedroom.
Yeah, you can come around here.
Grab your clothes.
Yeah, you have your wardrobe right here. You have a hanger right there, so you can put all your clothes. Of course, we have these drawers as well, and it's a really good amount of storage. We ended up stacking. I mean, you have this shelf right here. We stacked stuff and hung things.
Yeah.
Pretty much all my clothing fit in this one cabinet, which was pretty cool. Right into there.
And we put like coats and jackets here.
Courtney used
the last one.
Yeah, she used the bottom drawer, and we were able to fit most of her stuff.
And then I used these two, and also that one. We even put some extra pillows that we had hanging around here.
Yeah.
We just shoved them in there. So
no, it's super nice to be able to, jump out of the shower and not like be worried about somebody in your trailer seeing you naked, right?
Yeah.
And you can come in here and just grab your clothing and dress. Sometimes when I was in here, Cynthia was getting ready. This is gonna open this way, as she was showing earlier. And now the bathroom and the shower is one big giant area, which is very cool.
I love it. Sometimes you forget to get things into the shower. So it's nice to have that hallway.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just have one door that magnets, like that, closes up everything, it's a big deal, I think.
Yeah.
Now having two is even better.
Yeah. And part of the privacy stuff that I actually loved, I was really surprised that the shower is a lot bigger than I anticipated, because I've been in the other pauses and I was really worried about not having enough space in here. They've actually upgraded this shower curtain in the newer versions coming out, so it's not like a curtain where the water's leaking out a lot easier, and it kind of has this bevel or curve, and that allows more space in here. It's surprisingly very comfortable and very private.
Yeah,
too.
I used it too.
I showered every single night.
He did.
I like to shower every night. You gross. So okay, so let's head back over to the nice viewpoint and talk about the next things that we loved.
Bye-bye, Shane. Just kidding.
What's something else that you love about this trailer? Your number two.
My number two is the looks of it. So I love how modern and rugged it looks. I feel like it attracts a lot of eyes on the outside, but it also reflects on the inside. Just like the colors, the touches, even the logo in certain places. I just think that it's very modern, and I just love that feature that it looks cool on the outside and in the inside. And I feel, when you're at the Rummer Rally, a lot of people want to see each other RVs and things that they have done differently. So people wanted to come and see how big this was. And I'm like, of course, go in. And I kind of had this like, yeah, it looks cool. Go in and look at it.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the coolest things is when you have something that all your neighbors are like, wow. Where'd you get that? And
this has the wow factor.
It definitely has
and inside.
The absolute wow factor inside and out. The new updated color too, which is in the unit that we're in right now. It's so beautiful, and people are blown away when you pull up. Inside and outside is awesome. Now, that actually is not my second. The thing that I like the most, or I should say not the most, the second, first is privacy, is come check it out. I'll show you right here. Cynthia, look out here. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
This is incredible.
I think some people would probably say this is their number one. Honestly, I love this. It's not my number one. Number one is the comfort, the privacy factor of it. Because we do have a daughter, and a lot of times when we go out camping, we like to invite her friends. And so the fact that we can separate, a lot of small little trailers, there's just no privacy at all.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
And going into the bathroom, some of them will have like a separate bathroom, but you're cramped in that bathroom, changing, doing anything. The fact that we can shut off the bedroom and the bathroom, you can shower, you can get up, walk around and change in that front area of the trailer, and then the kids can be back here watching movies and hanging out and having a good time. And so you can actually there's also two TVs And I actually like that. That's not in my top 3, but there is a TV in the bedroom. There's a TV in the main area. So Courtney and her cousin, they were watching movies in here, and I was actually watching a football game in the bedroom. And I had my computer, I was working on it. So that was really cool. But so privacy, yeah, once again, we're talking about privacy. Privacy, number 1. But number 2, this is epic. This is unbelievable. Yeah. We had a few other roamers with the same deck.
Patricia and
Dan. Yeah.
Okay. The Bennetts, a lot of people, and they actually put out their deck. They looked like they were having a good time. I love how, depending on where they were located at the rally, but it felt very inviting because other roamers were walking by and they were just saying hi. And
yeah, they were all sitting out here and just like hanging out. And so it kind of like brings the outside in, right? So you're really enjoying nature, but it also like creates more community because people are walking by and going like, whoa, that's so cool, right? Of course, you can open this up and there's stairs that come with it so you can walk right out and be a part of the people. But this deck, the ability to open this up and enjoy the views is just spectacular.
It is, especially if you have nice weather, which we did, by the way, in September at the rally, just so you know.
Yeah, but, for all those, all the roamers who didn't come, a roamer is somebody that buys a trailer from us. So if you buy a trailer from us here at ROA Off-Road, you are invited to our events, which are our adventures, our rallies. We even did a rally out in Overland Expo in
South Carolina,
or Virginia. It was in Virginia.
It was in Virginia, yeah.
That was incredible. We had over 40 roamers at that, which was really cool. Yeah, that was a beautiful event, and this just allows you to engage and have a good time. So, wow factor of the trailer was your number 2, like beauty, modern, but also rugged. Number 2 for me is this incredible deck, the view. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is, and this is something that is very important to me, the fridge. I know it's something simple, right? But to me, it's important because we go on so many trips and we have just different events and like purposes for that camping trip. And for me, having a big fridge, it's a big deal because it's even though we have a small family, we have a lot of people that we're entertaining. So this fridge was fantastic.
So let's show off this fridge.
Big. Well, first of all, once again, the wow factor, how pretty it is. But I use every single space. So yes, it is very deep. Once again.
Yeah, it
fills my whole arm essentially, up to my shoulder, but I have probably 3 dozens of eggs in here. Not a single crack. So everything was fine. I filled up every single space. We had drinks and everything stayed intact. So I was able to put enough food here for 4 days. I love that this is very secure as well. And that's something important because every time we travel, and of course we're off-roading, we're ROA off-road, right? So we're doing crazy things, who I'm married to. But nothing falls, because that's always like something that I am the one that worries about. Is everything gonna fall? Are things gonna move? So no. And so this is important to me. Lots of space in the freezer area as well. And I use everything, honestly. So big deal to me. That is always important. It's a big fridge.
Yes. So something that I want to, you mentioned how we entertain a lot.
We do.
It's not just that we are entertaining. A lot of times when we're out on these trips, we bring along the ROA crew with us. Generally, we have 2 or 3 camera guys, and they're all full-grown men, and they're tall.
Hopefully.
Yeah. They're all over 6 feet for the most part. And
endless stomachs.
Yes. So when she says we're entertaining, we literally are generally feeding our family of 3, which is not that big, but then we're also feeding 3 full-grown men. And when they're out filming, they're running, gunning, shooting, and so they come with a big appetite. And yeah, a lot of times we're feeding 6 people.
Yeah.
And we've done it really well out of this fridge. So this is not one of my favorite things. It didn't make it into my top 3.
See, but I'm the one that used it the most.
Yeah. No, but I actually want to add something to
this?
To this that I actually do love, but I didn't put it in my top 3. But I just want to. This is like a bonus love that I have, and it is actually a fridge. Let's go check it out.
Oh, I knew what he's gonna say.
Okay, so you mentioned the inside fridge. This ends up being generally my fridge, I feel like, more than anybody else's. Of course, this whole outside kitchen comes out, but I don't have to leave it out to access this fridge. And generally, it's just kind of staying in. Now, I'm usually the early riser in the family. You know, beautiful women need their beauty sleep. Cynthia and Courtney both like to sleep in.
We sure
I like to wake up earlier, and I been having a lot of protein shakes, if you can't tell lately. Been eating good, trying to eat good. I drink a lot of water, a lot of protein shakes, and sometimes some energy drinks, unfortunately, but I do. Can't be too healthy. I don't want to live forever, you know. This fridge / freezer I love it. And this becomes kind of like I sneak out, right? Because I'm trying to be quiet and get out of the trailer in the morning and not wake them all up. But then when I come out, I'm like, shoot, I want food. And I don't want to open that fridge, because when you close out all the blinds, it's pretty dark. You open the fridge and there's going to be light, and my daughter's sleeping. So I'm like sneaking out and shutting the door as fast as I can. And then I come out here, and this is my breakfast fridge, essentially, which consists of energy drinks, protein shakes, and water. Of course, like, you could throw steaks in there. I mean, you could make this into whatever you want. Some people have been like, do you really need that? And I'm like, absolutely. I'm using this every single day. And then the other thing is, just when you're out and about and, you know, hanging out, and you just need a quick drink, you know?
Oh, yes.
I know some people might put their beers in here, but it's just like, while you're out camping and about the fire, you just run over. You don't have to go inside and get your drinks. Boom.
I was actually going to add something to that. At night, sometimes when we were putting things away, and I was just talking and hanging out with people, and I knew that there was something that I wanted to really put in the fridge, I just used this one, so I didn't have to, you know, seem rude and take off and go inside. So I actually use it here and there.
Yeah.
Not as much as him, though, but I did. So it was convenient to have it here, throw in the mail, keep on going about my day. So super accessible. Shane, now what was your third thing?
Yeah, so it's my turn to go over my third thing. We both shared the exact same first thing, the privacy.
Yeah.
You love the beauty. As you can see the color, now that we're outside, you can see how awesome this thing looks. Yeah. And then the deck and the fridge. You did the fridge. Well, mine is actually a component, not a refrigerator, but something that's underneath here, and that's the generator.
Oh.
I would like to say the power overall actually is my favorite thing about this. It's not just the generator, but it's also the lithium battery bank. You said the weather was nice.
It was. It was nice in the morning, but it was chilly at night.
Oh, but it got pretty hot during the day. So there were days where we'd come back and it was 90 degrees inside the trailer, and I loved to be able to crank on that air conditioner. And a few times I ran it 8-10 hours. Now, generally I would be a little bit concerned about running it that long, is because I don't know if my solar is going to keep up with my battery power. And so I would use it a lot. I would be more sparing with the batteries and the solar. With this onboard generator, I had no worries whatsoever, because there were a few times where, you know, generally what I did is I waited until I knew everybody was leaving camp and going out on activities, because I don't like running the generator to disturb everybody. So when people kind of like left for the day and I knew nobody was going to be around for a few hours, I'd fire that generator up, boom, charge the batteries back up to whatever, 100%, get them up, charged up. And I just had no, you know, like range anxiety that people talk about with electric vehicles. You have that same type of off-grid anxiety, like, are my batteries gonna last? Generally, the only thing that is gonna kill your batteries fast is gonna be running the air conditioner. And it's just so nice to be able to fire that AC silently, right? You can turn that AC on and not hear any noise inside or outside, because you don't have to run the generator. You can completely go off of battery and solar. If you're running it too long, obviously you want a generator. And the fact that this has an onboard generator, so cool. I absolutely love that. And I ran it every day pretty much when we were out there. The first day or two I didn't, but then as I started draining the batteries, I did start cranking it on and getting them back up to 100%. So the battery system in the Pause X, all the pauses across the range, is phenomenal, but none of them but the 22.4 comes with an onboard generator.
These are the things that I don't worry about, so I'm glad that you know about that. You
well,
take care of us, because it was nice.
Well, that she just enjoys the comforts of it.
Of course.
And, you know, I'm worried and concerned about, you know, the power, but I don't really worry about the power with an onboard generator. So that to me was massive. Now comes to what we hate about it.
Oh,
And there are actually a few things that I actually don't like about it. I don't like saying hate. I know Maynard is not going to like me saying that. I'm sorry, Maynard. But the truth is there are some things that are not super, super great. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer. Unabashedly, ROA Off-Road, we have decided to start adding some upgrades to the 22.4s. And some of these, if you actually are looking at buying one of these in fourth quarter, that's October, November, December, we're going to include them in the purchase. And it's actually a bunch of modifications, thousands of dollars worth of modifications that we're going to include in your purchase. Some of these things that I don't like about it, we're going to fix for you. But
Solution to every problem.
for the most part, let's start with some of the things that you don't like about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you one of the things that I didn't love, because I don't like to say hate neither, but I didn't quite love, or it could be better actually. But it is also in my favorite area right here. So I didn't love that I didn't have a handle, especially on the bathroom side. I mean, the shower side, yeah, it will be nice also if there was a handle, but here's this latch, which is a really good latch, and it's not hard to open. Courtney was opening and closing this thing just fine, but you still have to open it like that. And then there's no handle to pull it. So whenever I wanted to close it and have my privacy, I always had to hold it from here. No big deal. Once again, I didn't hate it, but it was one of my least favorite things. So I wish I had a handle, just a small, simple handle in these doors. Nothing too big, just something small where your hand can fit in just easily, and then just pull it nicely and close it. That's it. So now I'll see you.
I'm going to have to agree with Cynthia on the whole handle thing. It wasn't that bad, but it definitely is something that I could see you not liking. Now, the thing that I didn't like, or the thing that I hated, it's really more of just a discomfort thing. I mentioned earlier that I liked working right here, but unfortunately, this wall kind of is angled awkwardly, which you need because of the bed. But the window, I really like the window here, but at the same time, it was kind of I didn't like hitting the blinds. This light right here was also kind of bothering me a little bit, because if I'd go into the corner, I was hitting into it. I need to find a pillow or something that kind of wedges in this corner and makes it into more of a comfortable lounging area where I can work. Now, of course, the table is amazing. The whole booth area, it's a massive table. We have a couple roamers that are actually in a 22.4 traveling Alaska right now, and they're that table, it's a game changer for them, right? They love it. It's just so much space to work out, do things, and just a nice area to lounge. But sometimes we had the bed in the bed position with my daughter on it. So at night or early in the morning when I wanted to just kind of work or lounge somewhere else, this was the place that I found myself lounging, but it was kind of uncomfortable. I was stacking a million pillows back here, which ultimately was okay. If I could have a custom made wedge pillow that goes into here, that would be cool, and then I could really enjoy this area. This was definitely something that I didn't love about the unit, is this area. I wish it was just designed a little bit different. So let's head back over to Cynthia. Okay, so Cynthia, I just shared the number one thing that I don't like about the trailer. Was there anything else that you didn't like about this trailer?
I have one more little thing that I didn't love. I'm hanging out here with my friend Chico, but I'm going to show you, and it's also back this way, so come follow me. So it's right here in the bathroom. I didn't love, and there's these storage. So okay, I'm going to start with the storage places that we have. We have this top covered area, and then we have these bottom parts as well. We use all of it, and it was fine the way we have things. Normally very compact, because we travel a lot. We always make sure that we can put places in, I don't know, this is easy to use, accessible, and little. But I can see how, if you're a full-timer, it will be probably small. So that was one of my least favorite things. But I also didn't love, and most importantly, is that I would love to have maybe more mirrors here, and maybe more spaces to hang stuff. I know that there's easy ways to do it, but if I was a full-timer in this RV, I will definitely fill up this space with a lot of places to put stuff. Maybe another towel, a little mirror here, where if you're doing your makeup, you can kind of sit and it feels like a vanity. Maybe just some stackables here, something just to stack up here and just put your daily makeup, your daily shavers, your toothpaste, whatever it is that you want to have. Because these, for the three of us, got crowded. And that's why I would love to have more places to put stuff. Now, this is not a design flow. This is just a preference, and this is something you can easily add. Now, there was a wonderful family at the rally, the Bennetts. You're watching this, you know, big shout out to the Bennetts. We love them. But they did, and I think this is mostly her vision, but she had a beautiful setup, and she actually had the vanity mirror that I'm talking about that she used a lot. And then she had wonderful additions that I hope we can show as well at some point, but she really made it more comfortable. And she had a big flow where this bathroom was completely used. There is definitely the space where you can put stuff and just make it your own. So that was it.
Okay, so now there are a few other items that I don't like about this trailer. The first two things that we said we don't like, honestly, like you got to kind of just learn to live with. Like, I guess you could design a pillow wedge for your back, or you could put a handle on the door for Cynthia. But the second thing that Cynthia didn't like, I think it's really easy to overcome, and we've seen people adding shelving and hooks. The other things that I don't like, fortunately, I mentioned already that ROA is doing a exclusive ROA off-road package to the 22.4 in the last 3 months of this year. So if you are interested in buying this trailer, now is the time, because we're going to be doing some cool stuff for you, and it's included. First is this deck. Putting the deck down, that tire, that rack is pretty heavy, and you're going to get hurt if you're not strong. It can fall on you, right? They've lightened it up from the very first models, but once again, it's a two-person job unless you're younger and stronger. Now, we do have an upgrade that we do at ROA, and this is one of the upgrades that's going to be included with every 22.4. So that is something that I don't like, but don't worry, we have it fixed for you. Another thing is honestly not having a screened porch, because this patio is awesome, but sometimes you want it screened. You don't want flies, you don't want mosquitoes coming in. Now, you do have the screen that blocks off the inside from the outside, but you know, you always have to close that and you want to come outside and enjoy outside. So we do have a screen option that we're also including in the ROA exclusive package. This is only if you buy a trailer from ROA Off-Road that we're going to do this. There are about a dozen or so things that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned. Hopefully in the next week, you'll be seeing another video drop, and it will be going over all of the upgrades that we're doing. Another one of them is the inverter fan area. That fan is so loud straight out of the manufacturer. It's almost as loud as the air conditioner on high. That's something that we're also including in the upgrade. Another thing that we're including is an Anderson connection to your actual tow vehicle. This is an upgrade that will cost you over $1,000 when you come and pick up your trailer, and we're including this for free, or a part of the purchase of the trailer. And we install this on your actual truck, and it allows you to be able to plug in. And so you have a special connection down here, right there. That's an Anderson connection. That's for 50 amp DC to DC. Most trailers in America have a 7-pin, but this will give you a couple amps into your battery bank, which is not very much. When you think about having 1,000 amps of lithium and you put a few amps into your batteries while you're driving, that's not going to do a lot. This Anderson plug can do up to 50 amps while you're driving, which is a big deal. So if you're running your air conditioner when you stop for lunch and then you start driving again, if you have that connection to your truck, the truck alternator is going to operate like a generator, like an onboard generator, essentially. And this is something, you know, places will charge $1,000 to $2,000 to get this whole setup done to your truck, because you have to actually install things on your truck to make this work. So it doesn't come standard with a 22.4 when you buy it. You have to add this. And this is something that we do offer, but through October, November, December, we are including it in the ROA off-road exclusive package for the 22.4. So that is another thing that I love about this trailer, but it's also I don't love if I don't have it set up on my truck. Now, as we were going through our list, you kept on pointing out more things that you love, right?
Oh, absolutely. One of my, and this is just a bonus, but it didn't make it to my top 3, but I think it could be your top 3, and it's the shoe rack. right next to the door. I loved it because it's already a plus that the colors don't attract a lot of dirt, you know, and we wear in the rally where there's a lot of dirt and dust and whatnot, and we are constantly active. But also having the shoe rack made it so that we can just take off our shoes when it's raining, throw them in there. It didn't drag more dirt or dust or anything else inside, and it wasn't just shoes laying around all over.
So there are so many things that we can add, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I brought my e-bikes. I stowed them inside. Every time I've ever gone camping, I was stowing my bikes in the back of the truck. So it was super cool. Once we put this table down, we have places to tie things down. I put my bike in here, which was amazing. I put a lot of storage in here. And when we actually got to camp, I took things out. Yeah, moved things and rearranged things. But having this open space back here is very cool. I mean, I feel like the list could go on and on of things that we love, things that we don't love. The dual zone heating, where you can heat, you know, you have separate heaters more towards the back and the front. So it's really cool that you can have that capability to go to more extreme cold temperatures and to kind of adjust the heat a little bit, refine it a little bit better. But I mean, overall, this is a fantastic trailer, right?
It is so fun. I think it is just so fun. It's beautiful, and it's just, it connects the outside with the inside, which I already know that that's the whole point about camping, but it's even more. They took it a little bit further.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes when you get too big and it's too nice inside, then you don't go outside. And the whole reason why you're trying to go camping is to obviously go outside, be outside and enjoying the camping. But do you have any other final thoughts on this?
Any other final thoughts? Just buy it.
I love that. That's a great thought. Well, if you are actually interested in it, reach out to us. We actually should have this unit on the ground. South Carolina, at our South Carolina store just outside of Greenville, Arizona, Mesa, and Colorado Springs. In Utah, we have these on the ground at every single store across America. If you are seriously considering this unit, reach out to us. And like I said, we're doing some cool deals and extras, some bonuses for people that buy them in the last quarter of 2025. So if you are interested, if you're serious, reach out to one of our sales coaches. You can text 801-860-0035. You can go down, you can click text each individual store, or you can go to our website, reach out to us, and we could answer any questions that you may have. And stay tuned for next video that we drop, and we'll be going over all of the exclusive ROA off-road upgrades that will be coming in the 22.4 very soon. So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe
to ROA.
Yeah, like, and hopefully we'll see you on a future adventure.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
These are the bloopers you could use.
Yeah, at the end.
This is kind of fun.